Drank the juice.
We are back on MorningLine. I'm not drinking the juice of maraschino cherries. I do love maraschino cherries. We're talking about his lovely wife, Lynn, who brought me chocolate cherries.
Chocolate-covered cherries, right.
I can't wait to have them later. Thank you very much. Tim Takis is with us this morning, elder law attorney. The number 737-7587 if you'd like to join in the conversation. Some folks waited through the break. The line's open now, but calls are coming in. And hey, give us a ring if you have a question. We'll go to Alfreda. Good morning, Alfreda.
Good morning to you.
How are you?
I'm truly blessed.
Well, it is good to hear from you. How can Tim help you?
Okay, I need to ask a question. I'm 61 years old, and I had a power of attorney to leave whatever I had with my son, but I just don't feel that I need to do that because I have no one else in my family. Everyone's deceased. My mother's birthday was December 12th. She's been deceased like 5 years. And I just don't know what to do right now. And, I mean, I don't have anything like no estates, no land, no nothing, just my one check that I get from the government. And that's just enough to keep me above water. And then I don't know how do I get buried with the no insurance because I am a non-service connected veteran. So number one is who do I leave anything to? And I don't know how, when I leave this world, am I going to get buried? Because the state is going to give you a little box and put you in the ground. So.
Well, yeah. You know, of course, one of the things that, you know, and this is kind of rude a little bit, but I mean, we don't see many dead bodies laying around.
No. But I understand where she's coming from.
That's
she
a concern that she has
the means to pay for a proper burial. But what does happen
but she did mention that she is a non-service connected veteran.
Okay, yeah.
You know, and one of the things that she might want to do is talk to the Veterans Department of Veterans Affairs. I mean, why not?
See what they say.
See what they say, because there are veterans do have burial benefits. You know, they're limited. They're not like, you know, they don't give you a full funeral if you're certainly if you're non-service connected. Now, even if you're service connected, a lot of times that, you know, you're entitled to some burial benefits, but maybe not the full thing. Sure. You know, but that's certainly something that she might want to talk to the VA, because we don't know what her. I mean, we don't know what her circumstances are as far as financially. If she has like no money,
well, you were saying,
just
I think
monthly income.
She's still there. Is it basically just your Social Security check? Is that it?
No, I don't get any of that stuff. I just turned 61, June 17th.
Right.
I'll be 62 next year, but I want to know who do I leave anything to as far as the will.
Well,
Okay,
I mean, certainly she mentioned she has a son, but I don't know. I assume that's who it would go to.
Now, does she have to arrange, if her estate is in the state it is, to have a power of attorney for her son? Or what would the advantage be?
Well, certainly. Well, power of attorney. She mentioned about having a power of attorney that leaves something to her son, and that's really not what a power of attorney is.
That's what I thought. That was.
You know, really, it's really a will or some other instrument like that, where she, you know, where she leaves money or property to somebody. So that might be. You know, and we've talked about this before on the show about if she's got bank accounts, making those payable on death to whoever, you know, maybe her son. You know, of course, she's thinking, well, I don't even know I guess that she doesn't even know for sure if she's going to leave anything to him. And of course, under those circumstances, if she doesn't do anything at all, it's going to go to him.
Okay, yeah, that's my point. As opposed to worrying about it or spending money that she probably doesn't have to even put together a formal will if she does pass. And they'll find her next of kin, and if he's the only one, there won't be a battle over whatever's left. It'll go to him.
That's where it's going, exactly. Right. Okay. You know, and if he lives here, then hopefully, you know, he'll be able to make sure that she's taken care of. I'm not too familiar with you know, how people who have no money are buried. You know, certainly.
I don't think she's at that point, but let's imagine a homeless individual, and that, again, that's not her situation. But even they are buried. And someone like Alfreda, I think, be it the veterans or through some system of how that plays out.
The state has some. Yeah, the state has. I mean, we all know it's a public health issue. I mean,
Yeah,
you can't.
No, there's a means to. Now, whether or not you have a big headstone somewhere, probably not. But that's not an issue for me because I'm giving my body to science.
Okay.
And I am an anatomical donor.
Yes, if you think science wants it, yeah.
That's the big problem.
Yeah.
Look, I've talked to Dr. Bass at the Body Farm.
Okay.
And we've worked things out.
Okay.
I'm going to be over there in Knoxville under a tree in the sun. That's the plan.
That's the plan.
Well, we'll see how it works out.
Yeah.
But if I can help someone else with what I'm not using anymore, I don't have a problem with that. All right, let's go to Mary. Mary, good morning. Is it Mary on 3? Yeah, I thought we had 2 Marys. Hi, Mary. Hello. Are you there, Mary?
Yes.
Okay, you go ahead, sweetie.
I'm sorry, I wasn't expecting to be second.
No, that's all right. That's all right. You go ahead.
Okay, I'm a mess. I'm not organized in a lot of things. I'm 72, and I know that I've been having a lot of health issues, but nothing real serious. But I don't really get any help hardly at all from my family. I know they're there for me mentally, but I have things that I need that there's no way I can do on my own. I have a home. I have problems with my home. I have a vehicle. I live on Social Security, and I'm really finding it difficult to get by on that.
Do you own your home? Is it paid off?
Well, yes, but I borrowed money against it and gave it to my daughter-in-law, and so it's got a lien against it of $18,500.
Oh, and it was a gift to your daughter-in-law, or is she supposed to pay you back?
She's supposed to pay the payments, but she's real slow at it, and it's a constant stress, and it's hurt our relationship. And I have no legal documents that says she has to pay me.
Oh, I know. You did that for family. You're a good person, and she's a deadbeat. All right, so what you're looking or trying to think of ways to get more money to survive on. You're getting, how much do you get from Social Security?
$926.
Okay, and that's about what you live on every month?
That's right.
That's rough. Okay.
Yeah, and
It is very rough.
Yeah, and see, we all know that's below poverty level.
Yeah.
And so one of the things that Mary needs to think about is it time for her to move?
Could you consider that possibly selling your home? I know you still own money on it, but it's worth more than $18,000, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
But the problem with that is it would not approve on a FHA loan because of things that need fixing.
Yeah.
And I also have a lot of stuff. My mother and my grandparents, when they passed, I got a lot of stuff. And I just stored it and stuck it here and there, and I'm just in a mess.
I guess the thing about that is that, there are people out there that specialize in helping older people move. She might want to talk to her, just start with a real estate agent. I know she said, well, I don't know if I could sell this house because of FHA. Well, that's a different issue. There are people that don't need FHA loans.
Right.
They will buy the property as is.
Fix it up. Exactly. I was going to say, you can sell it. You may find a buyer who says, I can get it for a great deal.
Yeah.
I know the problems. I'm not getting what we're talking about is an investor here.
Yeah.
And they'll turn around and fix it up and flip it for more money, but you'll get some money out of the initial sale.
Right. Now, can she get a reverse mortgage? Well, yes, but if there's a lien on the property, the lien has to be paid off first.
Is that right?
As out of the reverse mortgage.
I was going to ask you about that.
And the reverse mortgage, they would look at it and they would go, see, they only lend against value. So I think depending, typically that's around 50 or 60% of the value of the property. So if it was worth $100,000, they might lend $60,000 against it, maybe or whatever.
Okay.
Then they would use out of that money, they would have to pay off the lien first. And so a lot of times for people maybe like Mary, that may not be a good option for her.
You know, if she has a lot of stuff, I don't know if she has sentimental attachment to it or what the quality of it is, but she might also want to consider an estate sale.
Well, there are
if she has so much stuff, maybe some of them are antiques, maybe some things, if you're not attached, you sell them, you make some money doing that and clean out the house.
But Nick, there are people, and there are people that actually, I mean, they do that for a living.
For a living. They will come into your home,
they will come in there and they will say,
run it, and set it up for you.
And also even help you sell the house and everything else. And so probably, you know, what she might consider is calling, I mean, one option would be is calling the Area Agency on Aging and Disability in Nashville, if she lives in Nashville, you know, and tell them their story and say, do you know any people that
could help organize,
that help me with something like that? And because you can, you know, the Area Agency on Aging and Disability, they put out a nice book, you know, every 2 years that has a lot of the different vendors and people that do that.
As rough as it sounds, I mean, she sounds, you know, very lucid, smart woman, and has some means and options.
And the thing is that you do this before you really need to do it, because if she really gets worse, if her health declines a lot, you know, then maybe she, like you said, she starts losing options.
Well, and again, we don't know, but if it's older furniture that's, you know, some of that antique or china, things like that, if you're not too sentimentally attached and you're not using it, sell it, make some money out of that, clear things out, and it'll be easier for when you do move. Listen, we'll take a break on that note. When we come back, there's another Mary, Wilma, and others waiting to talk to you.
Great.
The lines are open, 737-7587. If you're on hold, stay there. If you have a question or comment, Tim Takis, elder law expert, with us right after this. Stay with us.